I do still believe that one game is not going to change the opinion. If I felt that strongly enough to say that Quinnipiac would represent the MAC in the NCAA tournament last night, I wouldn't have based it or changed my opinion off one game. First of all, he's a 6'7" guard that can also guard the 2 through 4. He can bring the ball up, he can catch and shoot, and he does a multitude of things so well.
Thanks, JB. Here's everything you need to know about the Quinnipiac women's basketball team.
Defender Chase Prisky is making his name known and a case to win the Hobie Baker Award.
So we talked a little bit during the week about the emotions leading up to senior day. We saw you getting a little emotional. What was going through your mind in that moment?
It was just right here where Quinnipiac legend Rashawn Dallas' career started, and right out there is where it ended. Though it's cold outside right now, the Bobcats hope things will heat up when their season opens next week.
For my final roar, I want to talk about competition. However, this isn't competition between Quinnipiac teams.
Senior Day marked the 99th overall victory for the Quinnipiac women's basketball team seniors, and so the winner going to the NCAA tournament will either be a 4 or a 6 seed in Iona or Fairfield. How do you think the selection committee will view that higher seed coming out of the conference? Now, what makes this team so good? First of all, it's got to be the 3 ball. Rich Kelly shoots 45% from 3. Kem Young shoots 43%. We've seen Aaron Robinson, Travis Atson, Tyrese Williams, all able, Jacob Bergoni, of course, all able to shoot the 3. The second thing they do so well is they defend the 3. They're the best team in the conference at defending the 3. Third, they're a top rebounding team in the conference. They might be the best rebounding team in the conference. And when you look at the stats for Abdoulaye Bundu and Kevin Marfo, the forwards, you might say that, well, they don't average a lot of rebounds per game. How can they be the best rebounding team in the conference? Well, they split the minutes almost evenly. So when you look at the team as a whole, they're one of the top rebounding teams. And then of course, there's the head coach, Baker Dunleavy. He brings a great attitude, a great culture, always has a great game plan and great scouting. And that's what makes the Bobcats so lethal in this conference.
You know what I do? They play Villanova this Friday. That's a win. Villanova is picked to finish second to last in the preseason poll. Then they play Providence. Now, Providence was picked to finish 4th, and that is the big game because only the top 4 teams in the conference make the tournament. So I think they beat Villanova this Friday, then beat Providence next Friday. Then that's enough wins, I think, for them to be playing field hockey in November.
Communicating with older teammates is never easy, especially when you're the team's starting point guard as a freshman. The challenge is, how do you get your teammates to heed your words?
I think Rich is naturally a good communicator, and he's intelligent, knows the game. I think the tricky thing sometimes is when you're the young guy, how much should you say? I think he knows a lot, just how much should you communicate, because you're trying to earn your spot, you're trying to earn your respect.
As Kelly becomes more comfortable with his teammates and playing Division I basketball, he knows he will only become a better communicator on the court.
It takes time to build that. You have to build trust. So in my past teams, I've been a pretty good communicator, but when I first got here, it's just building trust and getting to know guys.
His coach sees the progression. As Kelly continues to earn the respect of his teammates, it only makes his words that much more valuable.
I think he's done a great job of, over the course of the year, earning that respect of his teammates, them trusting him. So when he does speak and he's helping guys, they know this guy's got my back.
Communication is key for the point guard position. And freshman guard Rich Kelly knows he's to continue to hone his verbal skills if he hopes to become a more complete player. Hopefully for the Bobcats, that can start when the MAC tournament begins this Thursday up in Albany. For Q30 Sports, I'm Josh Silverman. Every team needs a dog, an enforcer, someone who won't let his teammates get walked all over while pumping his own teammates up. On the Quinnipiac Bobcats, that's forward Kevin Marfo.
I think everybody plays a role. Being a dog, I just try to play my part, and I think that's really it, Everyone has potential to be a dog on the team. Everyone really is when they put their mind to it.
The dog in Marfo isn't something that just helps him. Even when he isn't filling up the stat sheet, his teammates can see and feel his ferocity, and they rally behind it.
Yeah, for sure. I think Kev always, brings us that energy defensively and on the boards. That's like something like, even if he's not on offensively, rebounding is something that he's going to keep consistent, and energy is something that he always brings to us, so that's big.
Marfo's intensity comes from a love of the game. So when he shows that passion after a forceful dunk, it brings out the same devotion for the game from his teammates.
Because they could feel that love, and when they do something, we all gravitate towards each other because it's so pure, so natural, so it's like when I dunk, they dunk, when Cam hits a 3, I hit a 3, it's that type of love for each other.
Though they might not be the top dog in the conference yet, Quinnipiac looks like it's found its dog in forward Kevin Marfo, whose intensity looks to help the Bobcats come March. Reporting from Lender Court, I'm Josh Silverman.